So we'll move on to the next topic today. So today we are going to see what is called a Pfaffian differential equation. Okay. In ordinary differential equation, so when you take a first order ordinary differential equation, so you have seen equations of the form m of xy dx plus n of xy dy equal to 0. So which is a first order differential equation. Then there you have learned what is an exact equation. So if you have dou m by dou y equal to dou n by dou x, the equation becomes exact there. When the equation is exact, you can write m dx plus n dy in the form say some function where x is some function phi such that is equal to d phi. So m dx plus n dy is equal to d phi. So the solution of that particular differential equation will be phi of xy equal to c. So that is an exact differential equation. So if you have an equation of the form m dx plus n dy equal to 0, if you can find the differential d phi equal to 0 without any kind of adjustments, so such a differential equation is said to be exact. In exact allengil, we have seen you can find integrating factors. So multiply with the integrating factor, then your equation can be made exact. So that is the case when you have two variables x and y. Similarly, you can form similar analogous differential equation with n variables. So x and y varunnadathu you can have variables x1, x2, etc. xn. So such a differential equation or such a differential is called m dx plus n dy ennu parayunna pole here this expression is called as a Pfaffian differential form. So summation I equal to 1 to n fi into dxi is called the Pfaffian differential form, where fi's are functions of x1, x2, etc. xn. So they can be functions of either all the xi's or at least one of them, or functions of any number of variables out of x1, x2, etc. xn. So such a differential is called a Pfaffian differential form in n variables, and the equation summation I equal to 1 to n fi into dxi equal to 0 is called a Pfaffian differential equation. So this is the case for two variables. So in the case of two variables, you will have equation in the form x and y ആണ് രണ്ട് variables. So p of xy dx plus q of xy dy equal to 0. So this is equivalent to a first order linear differential equation. You can write as dy by dx equal to first order differential equation. It need not be linear. Okay. So you will get dy by dx equal to f of xy. So where f of xy is minus p by q. So this differential equation, so this will give a solution of the form phi of xy equal to c, which is a one parameter family of curves in the xy plane. Now we call the differential equation of this form to be exact. So p dx plus q dy equal to 0. So that differential equation becomes exact if there exists a phi such that p dx plus q dy equal to d phi. So we call it as exact or integrable. And here the solution is given by phi of xy equal to c. So you have d phi equal to 0. So solution will be phi equal to c. And in case if it is not integrable, you can find an integrating factor, and if mu is an integrating factor, so mu into p dx plus q dy becomes exact. So there will be d phi equal to that expression. So again you will get the solution there. So mu is called the integrating factor, and this is a result from the equation involving two variables. So if you have an equation of the form p dx plus q dy, so it will always possess an integrating factor. So if it is not exact, you will be always able to find an integrating factor satisfying the given equation or making the equation exact. So this comes from the fundamental existence theorem of ordinary differential equation. We are not seeing the proof for that. So for a system of equations in two variables or a Pfaffian form in two variables, it will always be integrable. Integrable allengil there will be always an integrating factor which will help you to find the solution. Now what we are going to do here is, now we are going to see a Pfaffian equation containing more than two variables, and the questions we are going to answer is, so is the Pfaffian equation always integrable? Integrable ആണെങ്കിൽ how do you check the integrability? So two variable കേസിൽ നമുക്കൊരു കണ്ടീഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, എക്സാക്റ്റ് ആണോ അല്ലയോ എന്ന് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ you take the partial derivatives. So if dou p by dou y equal to dou q by dou x, in that case the equation p dx plus q dy is integrable. Similarly for Pfaffian form we are going to look at what is such a condition of integrability. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇൻ്റഗ്രബിലിറ്റിയുടെ കണ്ടീഷൻ എന്താണ്? ഇനി ഇൻ്റഗ്രബിൾ ആണെങ്കിൽ വി കോൾ ഇറ്റ്സ് സൊല്യൂഷൻ ആസ് പ്രിമിറ്റീവ്. അതിനെ ഒരു ഡിഫറൻഷ്യൽ ആയിട്ട് എഴുതാൻ പറ്റും. സോ ഇഫ് ത്രീ വേരിയബിൾസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഐ വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് ദ ഇക്വേഷൻ ഇൻ ദി ഫോം പി ഡി എക്സ് പ്ലസ് ക്യൂ ഡി വൈ ഈക്വൽ ടു ആർ ഡി സെഡ്. സോ ഐ ക്യാൻ റൈറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ആസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു ഡി ഫൈ, where phi is a function of x, y, z. Okay, so if it is integrable, I can find out what is that phi. So that function phi is called as a primitive. So we look at different methods of finding the primitives. But there are different techniques for finding. ഇപ്പോൾ ഓരോ Pfaffian differential equation അനുസരിച്ചും ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എക്സാക്റ്റ് സോൾവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എക്സാക്റ്റ് ഇക്വേഷൻസ് നോൺ എക്സാക്റ്റ് ഇക്വേഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ സോൾവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ you need to choose your you solve it in a different way each problem. So here also there are different methods for solving a Pfaffian differential equation. So first you are going to look at what is the condition for integrability. So today before we prove a necessary and sufficient condition for integrability, we need to look at two theorems. So using those we will prove the necessary and sufficient condition for the integrability. And before we move on to the theorems, so we will introduce these two notations. So we will be using these notations in the coming theorems. So when you have three variables, your Pfaffian differential equation will look like this: p dx plus q dy plus r dz. So p, q, r, they will be functions of x, y and z. Okay, and I am going to represent the vector capital X as the vector with components p, q, r, and dr as dx, dy, dz. So this expression can be written in the form x dot dr equal to 0. So this can be represented as a dot product x dot dr equal to 0. So in the coming theorems, x dot dr is going to represent the Pfaffian form. Okay, so first we will see a theorem. So we are going to use this theorem in proving the necessary and sufficient condition for integrability. Okay, so the first theorem says that a necessary and sufficient condition that there exists between two functions u of xy and v of xy a relation f of uv equal to 0 not involving x and y explicitly is that dou of uv by dou of xy equal to 0. So this represents the Jacobian of u and v, or that is determinant ux uy vx vy equal to 0. Okay, so the theorem says that you have two functions u and v. So if there is a relation connecting u and v which is such that it is independent of x and y. So if, say for example, when you take u and v, they can satisfy a relation of the form, say u square equal to v, and u cube equal to v square. So that's a relation connecting u and v which is not involving x and y. So this happens when this determinant is equal to 0. Okay, and again രണ്ട് functions u ഉം v എടുക്കുക. So if u and v satisfies this, so if ux uy vx vy is equal to 0, then you can always find a relation connecting u and v which is not containing x and y. So f of uv will be 0. So we will see both necessary and sufficient conditions. Okay, we will move on to the proof. So first is a necessary condition. So suppose that f of uv is equal to 0. So you have two functions u of xy and v of xy such that you can explicitly find a relation connecting u and v which is independent of x and y. Okay, now call it as equation 1. Now differentiate 1 with respect to x. Now use a chain rule of differentiation. So u is a function of x and y, v is a function of x and y. So by chain rule, when you differentiate with respect to x, so you will get, it's a chain rule for partial derivatives. So you will get dou f by dou u into dou u by dou x plus dou f by dou v into dou v by dou x equal to 0, and call it as equation 2. And similarly differentiate 1 with respect to y. So that will give dou f by dou u into dou u by dou y plus dou f by dou v into dou v by dou y equal to 0. Now I am going to eliminate here dou f by dou v. Okay, you can either eliminate dou f by dou v or dou f by dou u. So here I am eliminating, okay, so here I am eliminating dou f by dou v. So you are going to remove the second term above, multiply the second equation with dou v by dou y and minus equation 3 into dou v by dou x. So that is going to give dou f by dou u into dou u by dou x dou v by dou y minus dou u by dou y into dou v by dou x equal to 0. Now you have product of two functions. So the product is equal to 0. That means either dou f by dou u must be 0 or this term must be 0. Now if you take dou f by dou u, that's a derivative of f with respect to u, and we have already taken that f is a function of u and v. So f is a relation connecting u and v. So f will contain u. F cannot be independent of u because it's a relation involving u and v. So f is not independent of u. So this derivative cannot be identically 0. Since f involves u, this derivative cannot be identically 0. So dou f by dou u 0 ആകത്തില്ല. So if the product has to be 0, this relation must be 0. So you will get dou u by dou x dou v by dou y minus dou u by dou y into dou v by dou x. So this is actually the determinant ux uy vx vy. So that will give the first condition. So that proves the necessary part. So if f of uv is equal to 0 is a relation connecting u and v which is independent of x and y, then dou of uv by dou of xy, so the Jacobian will be equal to 0. Now coming to the sufficient part. So you have u equal to, what we have to prove is we have u equal to u of xy and v equal to v of xy such that determinant ux uy vx vy equal to 0. So we have that information. So the determinant is equal to 0, and what we have to prove is f of uv is not containing x and y. Now what we do here is, So start with u and v. So f is a relation connecting u and v. u um v um connect ചെയ്യുന്ന relation ആണ് f. Now when you have a relation connecting u and v, but that can be ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ independent ആവും. It can be independent of x and y, or it can contain x and y. Okay. Now if it contains x and y, so let me eliminate y from this equation. So you are going to find a relation connecting u and v, and suppose if it contains x and y, so eliminate one of the variables from the equation. Okay. So if you eliminate y from the equation, so the resulting relation will contain u, v and x. So this is going to contain u, v and x. So the relation involving u and v can be put in the form f of u, v, x equal to 0. Now differentiating this equation, so we will differentiate with respect to x and y. So when you differentiate with respect to x, so you will get dou f by dou x, then dou f by dou u into dou u by dou x, dou f by dou v into dou v by dou x equal to 0. And again same equation, you differentiate with respect to y, so dou f by dou u into dou u by dou y plus dou f by dou v into dou v by dou y is equal to 0. Now again we are going to eliminate dou f by dou v from these equations. So take dou v by dou y into equation 4 minus dou v by dou x into equation 5. So when you solve for it, you are going to get in this form. Okay. So here dou f by dou u is common in the last two terms. So take dou f by dou u outside. So remaining will be dou of uv by dou xy. Now from the sufficient part, so the sufficient condition is dou of uv by dou xy, this is equal to 0. So the second term will go off. So what remains is dou f by dou x into dou v by dou y is equal to 0. And again you have product of two functions. So if the product has to be 0, so one of them must be 0. Now we started with v as a function of x and y. So v is a relation involving x and y. So dou v by dou y cannot be identically 0. So dou v by dou y is not identically 0. So if this has to be 0, so dou f by dou x must be 0. So dou f by dou x equal to 0 means, so we started with here f of u v x equal to 0 and dou f by dou x is equal to 0. So this function does not contain x. So f does not contain x and y. Okay. So that proves the second part. So f does not contain the variable x explicitly. So f will be a function of u and v. So therefore if the determinant ux uy vx vy is equal to 0, then you can form a relation involving u and v which is independent of x and